Got me waiting, sitting in my car, waiting for you. I got a girl, but I'm about to switch all that, because my girl be trying to play me like a bitch all that. I should punch her son. I'll punch her son.
Hey, thank you for tuning back in, y'all, to another episode of Why Not Right Now. It's your girl, Stay.
Hey, yo, this is Jen.
Hey, Justice, I'm finally happy to be here on set for my first actual episode, but we got our man Chop back here. Chop.
Yo, DJ Chop, Silver Fox in the building. Jay, what's up, bro?
Hey.
Welcome to the Pan Note.
Welcome, Jay.
You know what it is, man.
Oh, let's not forget, though, we got a special guest in the building, y'all. Hold up.
Bing, 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 bing.
It's our boy, Smoov Jones in the building.
How you doing? Thanks for having me on. It's gonna be fun.
Of course.
It's gonna be fun.
Let's go.
That's a great song right there. That's a great song.
It's a vibe.
It is.
I'm sorry. It's a vibe.
Thanks for having me on. How y'all doing? I seen the first couple episodes. They're pretty lit. Happy to be here.
Thank you.
Justice, they see it. Jen, let's get it.
Let's go.
What's on the menu today?
Listen, we got a lot on the menu today.
Everything.
You ready?
What's up? I'm ready. I'm here.
You came here
I'm
hungry,
I'm
though?
ready.
You had it. You
Guns
came
blazing.
here hungry.
I am.
Glad it is, Lou.
I was excited to hear that you was coming on.
I appreciate
that.
that.
Because I know you were thinking, man, and it's always important that when you have dialogue, somebody you actually converse with.
I appreciate that.
You know, I've always been smarter than this guy. Just put that.
Okay.
You starting already.
News to me. To each their own.
Woo, Lord Jesus.
Listen.
What? Let's go.
I'm not gonna get
Fox
mad.
whooping over there.
I hear him, yo.
I was huffing him.
Oh, he was huffing. Chop got the Cubs hat on. I appreciate the Cubs hat. Cubs love all day.
Salute,
Come
man.
up.
Hey,
But
talking
hold on, we got a lot
I
I see
more.
y'all dripping out here. I see y'all dripping. I see y'all dripping. I see Justice. Yeah. Justice got the source on. DJ Chop got the, you know what I mean, got the foreign exchange.
Alright.
He got the, exclusive source. Justice
go.
can't get the regular. He got to get the super duper.
Make sure y'all get that.
I got the I got the foreign moto.
We ain't going to say what type of special.
Yeah. But yeah, appreciate y'all. Y'all looking fresh right now. Go check out Foreign. I'm on Instagram. Just hit me up. I'll get you right, man. Get you fresh.
So let's get into that. I mean,
Let's do it.
I've known you a lot of different phases, and since we were young, we had an opportunity to get to know each
Freshman
other.
year, yeah.
But and actually, I purchased some of your items.
Your wife
actually,
did.
one of my
Your
wife
wife
did.
did. You didn't purchase it.
No, I didn't.
Your wife did.
But what's funny is
Yes.
that I thought the product came out excellent.
I appreciate that.
And
Yes.
question I have for you is, how did that get started?
So it's funny, we were talking about that before like the podcast started, right? So like wow, this is funny. So I was a kid, right? I always wanted to make clothes. I always thought it was dope. My uncle was always into fashion and shit. So I always thought it was dope. But like growing up, I grew up and it was like boys don't do fashion, right? It's like there's a different connotations and shit. It was a little different when we grew up, right? It was a weird culture.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was willing to make clothes, but I was afraid to do it. So like my mom always sewed, something I always wanted to do, but I was like, that's not for me. And then I got older. A good friend of mine introduced me to it, and we started doing clothes together. And then I just took it
So
off
basically,
from
as you got older, you remember something you wanted to do from your childhood, and you said to yourself, "Why not right now?"
Why not right now? And here we are.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what's up, man.
Why not
That's
right
dope.
now?
Exactly.
All right.
That's dope. That's
Exactly.
fire.
That was a good. That was a smooth transition. I see what you did there.
Listen,
That was pretty
you know
dope.
what we doing up here?
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
So where is this going next for you? I mean, I love the style. I mean, I think it pays homage to a great era in music for one. But what do you plan on doing next? How far do you want this brand to grow, and what do you see in the next?
It's like to the top of the globe. Like I set out to. I want to be like Louis Vuitton. I want to be like Gucci, like Prada, like right, like
Let's go.
dudes like Kanye and Virgil gave me like that inspiration. Like, why not me? Why not a black kid from Connecticut? Why that's not for the rich Europeans. Everybody could do this. So yeah, like I want to get my shit in stores and Macy's and all of that. Yeah, like to the top. Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about that. How do you think that? How do you get to that? What is the steps that you think it takes to get you to one in the stores where people can walk in? Your common places like the Nordstrom Rack or whatever, or Nordstrom's, or the Dick's Sporting Goods and see one of Smoov Jones's product out there? What is that going to take? What does that look like for you?
I think in anything in life, like if you want, if you have a goal, you work towards that goal. Anything you have to do, if it's sports or music or clothing, is consistency, right? You gotta put in the work. You gotta keep doing it. So I feel like as long as I keep fresh designs, keep dropping stuff consistently, not oversaturating, but still keeping people wanting, supply and demand, keep the supply low, demand high. Work on things like that. I think that it'll naturally progress to that point where it'll be in those stores.
So you have kids? Do they help you out with your clothing line?
Oh no, my kids are mad lazy. My kids won't help me do anything. My daughter comes around, she just wants to use the iPad, and my son just bosses me around all day long. So they have no time for that. Shout out to Naya and King. Oh, they have interest in watching me do it, but they don't want to help. They don't want to. They want to see when it's done and be like, oh, that's fire.
Cool.
That's fire.
No, that's daddy.
My kids are the same way. I think it's just
daddy.
Yeah.
like, Dad, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's dope.
Yeah, let me know when it's finished.
Yeah, let me know when it's finished. They'll look at it. My son will be like, ew, I don't like it. And my daughter, she'll just be like, yeah, that's nice, whatever. And then she's back and playing Roblox, looking for Robux.
How often do you run into a situation where you're second guessing yourself on a design?
Oh, every time. Every single time. The anxiety that I get from doing a design and giving it, because most of the stuff I do is custom, right? So I do a lot of custom work. I prefer to do that. I want you to have something one of one that nobody else has. So when I started doing the clothes, it came from doing music. And I said, well, the dope part about rapping and doing music, you always want to look fresher than everybody else. You don't want anybody else to wear what you have. And personalized clothes is always dope. So that's what it started with. I want to do personalized clothes for people. So when you do custom clothes, like, I forgot where I was going. My brain just pooted on me. But like,
you gotta get back to the nut.
Yeah.
You gonna get back to the blooper.
But yeah, so doing custom clothes, like, you gotta, you gotta stay fresh.
You're right. No, that's awesome, man. Because everybody fancies themselves, they think they're artists or they have the ability to create, and it's like getting that thing out is like I feel like the hardest thing. And getting that first, whether it's a sell or that first like it on a product that you think is good, a concept that you love, and then you worry about that feedback. Like, how does that, if it's not received like you thought it would be, that's a tough thing to do. So I commend you, man. Like I said, from what I can see, you're very artistic, and your products show that. So
thank you.
I mean, being a music artist, though, like you said, your brand came from that, being an artist.
Yes. So a lot of most of the stuff what I do, it came from doing music first. So I was like, the criticism he's talking about, it was easier for me to take because I rap, and dudes be like,
it came with
yo, you stink, bro. And I'd be like, all right, cool, I'm good. But then somebody else says I'm nice, so it's like,
So you think being that artist made it easier going into the clothing line, branching in?
Oh,
taking that criticism made it easier for you to be more open with.
Easier for me, but doing clothes wasn't easy at all. Like learning designs and like making it, but it was easier for me to take it was easier for me to be able to hear somebody say, I don't like it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Two ways.
Absolutely. But it's dope though, and the music. I just have to say.
Yes.
Listen, I've been listening to you for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You already know.
Since middle school. I used to rap in middle school, like at the tables.
One of my favorite songs, we already know.
Sitting in my car.
Y'all got it.
Great song.
El Suave.
Yes.
Go listen to that album.
Shout out to Prestige. Shout out to Plat Life. They did a great job on that album. But Prestige did his thing on that album. Great producer.
Is that Prestige Worldwide?
You know
Worldwide. Prestige from
yes, you know the prestigious
I'm
one.
messing with y'all. The movie, man.
What?
The movie?
No, I don't watch movies.
Wow. Y'all don't know the movie?
No way.
I'm a YouTube. I watch YouTube all day
I
long.
watch movies, but I don't know that
From
one.
Brothers?
Hannibal. I watch Hannibal.
Y'all remember
That's
Brothers?
the last movie you saw.
Brothers?
I've
With
seen
the
it.
four
The movie
brothers?
Brothers.
Yes.
And he takes the dad's boat, and they're doing that video on the boat. It's Prestige Worldwide. Y'all don't remember that?
I remember that.
That sounds familiar though.
Yeah, well, you gotta go
That
check
sounds
it out.
I didn't see that part.
But no, I know Prestige, another talented guy.
Yeah. You gotta get Prestige on the
very
podcast.
talented, yes.
He's
I
pretty
like
dope.
Prestige's music.
Yeah, so it all started with music. So that's how, like, how I got the name Smoov Jones, how I built the brand up with Smoov Jones, all came from music. I think did about a 5-6 album way back. That was my name in like middle school.
So Smoov, I got a way back question.
Let's get it.
Alright, from what age did you start? Like when did you know what I mean?
Start rapping?
Start just feeling like you had that music in you to be not stage fright.
So when I was young, right, I always wanted to like when I was young, I didn't know I could rap, right? When you're 6, 7, 8 years old, I didn't know I could rap, so I wanted to dance, right? So me and my uncle used to like dance and like sing, like you wanted to be like Boys to Men, like that was always my thing. Like
There
I
was
wanted,
always some moves though. Back
yeah.
then.
So like that's what I want.
was.
I had my R&B handout, but I just couldn't sing, right?
Yeah.
So like rapping came. I had 2 friends that moved from Jersey, and my boys Clinton and Corey, love them to this day. My boys Clinton and Corey came 7th grade year, and I remember they were like, yo, we rap. And I was like, what do you mean you rap? And they were like, we know how to rap, bro. And I was like, what the hell you mean you know how to rap? And they had an older cousin, Rasheen. So we start rapping. I'm chilling with them in school. They writing verses, and I'm like, yo, I could do that. So I started writing verses. But all my verses, because I used to rank on people back in the day, was just making fun of people. So it was just making fun of people, making it rhyme. And so when I first started rapping, it was probably like 12, 13, but I really started as like a battle rapper. That's how I really earned everything, was battle rapping.
But that's how, back then, that's how it was.
Battle rapping was like my thing. Like if you was in the battle circuit in Connecticut, like 04, 5, 6, like I probably ate your food in the battle. I'll say that on camera confidently. I used to run through them with the battle rap back in the day.
Like, are you saying 9th grade year? 9th grade year? When I first met you, was you battle rapping then?
So 9th grade, I was writing verses still, right?
Okay.
I was just writing, like, that's when we was young, so I'm rapping about shooting and guns and pimping. I ain't never drove a car. I'm still a virgin rapping crazy, right? Because 9th grade year, you just learning how to make words rhyme. This cat gave me you was a virgin in 9th grade face? So, right, so I'm writing these verses, but it was just like lies. It wasn't like real life. Right. It wasn't like real talk. I remember my boy Kim, shout outs to Kim. Don't get me talking about rap, I'll talk all day. So my boy Kim, he stopped me one day.
We here for that.
Let's go. So my boy Kim stops me one day, and Kim's like, yo, why you rapping about guns? Like, you ain't got no guns. Why you rapping about like all of this? You don't do that. And I'm like, yo, he's right. I can rap about what I do and really kill him. So that's what I just started doing. I just started being me, like silly, funny, talking about my clothes, talking about my girl, talking about stuff like that. And that's how I like really became like battle rap was super easy to me because I just got to make fun of you, make it rhyme, and talk about what I really do, and it's lit. So like the early shit was battle rapping.
So hold on. Bullying, rapping. So you think somebody was coming at you, bullying, rapping you back? That you had to hold your guard and bully back on your rhyme?
No, he was the bully.
He was the bully.
So and that's what's funny because if you know me, I don't have a bully bone in me. But when it came to my art, when it came to my craft, it was like, nah, you're not gonna, because like I came up where there wasn't that many dudes rapping. So if some
light dudes at that.
Feel me?
Especially light-skinned dudes.
So if some new dude came up rapping, it was like, oh no, I gotta let him know early, like I run this. Yeah, like, you can't steal my shine, like I run this. So it's like I'm not gonna say names, but I know y'all. Like dudes would rap, and they come to the lunch table, and I'm like, bro, I'm gonna eat your food. I'm gonna embarrass you. Like I can already outrank anybody. I'm gonna gag on you and make you feel the dumbest. I don't take pride in that at this age. But at 16, 15, I would rank you to tears, right? And I just made that rhyme, and that would really kill dudes in a battle. And it's like, you don't want the smoke in the battle. I don't care. Like, I don't brag. You'll never see me talk like this. I don't brag about a lot of shit. But when it comes to this rap shit, I don't care who you are. I was giving you the work back then. You know I was. Lunch tables, outside the clubs, I was giving them the work.
What about now?
I don't got that in me no more. I don't got that. You know, because you know what you lose. You know what you lose, and I hate to say this, and I know a lot of guys out there are gonna be mad at me, sucking their teeth, but you lose that male machismo. You get a little older, you lose a little bit of that arrogance, you lose a little bit of that misogyny, and you're like, I can't even do that no more.
No, you know what that's called? Maturity.
Yeah,
Matured.
Yeah. So like, I grew up, and I'm like, and then shit got real. Like, people started getting shot in battles, and like, I'm not trying to get shot over these bars. Like, things got like real, but like,
you know why though? Because
you would rap and battle, it was more of just a craft.
It was the art.
Yeah, it wasn't
about
art.
Not for me.
But I'm saying, so you used to get into fights back then?
Not really. So here's the thing about battling, right? Like, I was mad tall. So like, a lot of dudes didn't know me. So when I start battling, like people who didn't know me when I battled them, I was just too intimidating. When I'm 6'3", 6'4", and I'm standing over you barking and yelling, and my voice gets loud and I'm screaming at you, just the visual looks bad. You know what I mean? It just looks bad for somebody screaming on you. So like, I would always intimidate dudes with that. Like, I'm just like, and I'm funnier than you.
Yeah.
I used to do stuff like I used to battle dudes, and I would see their girl there, and I'd be like, oh. I'm not even gonna battle you, bro. I'm about to just spit like LL bars to your girl. Like I'm about to try to bag your girl in front of you instead of battling you.
But if this is more though.
Just the imagery of
And that's the thing. I think that's the thing with Dustin's rap style. Even though it wasn't intended to incite violence, it could really incite violence because he was hitting a chord with things he was saying that was potentially more so true than it was just like about the person. And
you couldn't beat me with lyrics, so I'm gonna fight him now.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, you
definitely get in the fight.
But yeah, like
they know like them sensitive chords hit.
Battle rapping was really dope. It was really dangerous, but it was a fun time. Yeah. Very fun time.
So to the evolution of your music, one of the songs I just heard as we intro was about a girl.
Yes.
And you said you lost that machismo, a sense of a way of
absolutely
being aggressive.
Yeah.
Would you say that
song
has to do with maturity and somewhat love? Because I heard some love lyrics in there about a girl.
So that song is
where that first love come from?
That song is an absolute so the last song you're talking about. Sitting in my car.
That's
yo, sometimes, oh my goodness, yo. So that song, Sitting in My Car, was
in your car.
That was like me being vulnerable, right? But it's still like story mode. So I'm sitting in my car and I'm kind of like, I'm off of that toxic male. Where the hell you at? I'm like, I'm the sucker now. I'm sitting in the car and I'm like, oh, she won't even come out. She's playing me and her kids disrespect me, but I'm still here. I laid on my jacket so she could walk over a puddle. I'm still that guy for her. But you turn into that. You get a little older, and you do start talking about love and things like that because these are things that matter to me. But at 22, 23, I didn't care about love. But at 30, you do make songs about people's like first loves and like stuff like that. Yeah, you do stuff like that.
Yeah. A lot of men.
And I have no problem with that.
I'm sure you don't. You have no reason to.
But at least you're vulnerable. The sensitive.
I think Jen finds that sexy.
I'm not as vulnerable. But I'm not as vulnerable as I should be. I'm still very guarded. Like it's almost like the vulnerability that I give. Like I said, I was being vulnerable, and it was still like a story. It wasn't an absolute true story. So like for me, being completely vulnerable and transparent would be like a true story, and that's still hard for me to like give people the real me. That's some hard shit to do.
That's dope to take accountability for that.
Yeah, it were.
So by you being being in a maturity, level status right now.
Yeah.
I hope.
Because it's a level to every age. So depending on when you was like, oh, I'm mature right now. At what age? 21, 23, 19, 18.
Probably like
28.
Like 3 weeks ago, maybe. Like 3-4 weeks ago. Like this is
4 weeks ago.
But that changes, right? Like I feel like I'm never mature. I feel like I should never feel mature. I should never feel maxed out. I should always feel like, right? I seen this quote this dude said, like at the, when you're done climbing the mountain, that's the beginning of the next mountain.
Yeah.
So like I feel like that's gonna in a month from now I'm gonna tell you 4 weeks again because I feel like I'm gonna always mature and I should always be growing. I'll be 100 years old still trying to mature, still trying to grow.
Each level we progress to, there's lessons to learn. Yeah. So it's like you have to keep overcoming. Exactly. You're gonna keep overcoming your struggles and experiences.
Absolutely.
There's always something to talk.
I mean, I agree, but once I reach a certain level of maturity, certain things I put away, and that's just it. I feel like I'm unlocked that level, and that's it. I'm there. I'm not going back, and not to say there's more to grow, but maturity-wise, once you reach that certain level of maturity, shit just don't even.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There is a certain point where like our favorite word now, the petty shit don't matter no more. You don't let the petty shit bother you.
To be honest with you, man, you hit that level when you deal with life, man. You can only get there dealing with life.
Well, I just think with me personally, it's an energetic thing. I don't feel like I should waste my energy on something that's not worth it.
Oh, we know.
I know you know.
That's facts, man. Worth is an important thing in this world,
Worth and value is not a subject that we are not going to get into right now.
Absolutely.
All right, so Smoov.
Yes, sir.
We've covered a lot of things as far as your music, your designs, your artist mode.
We haven't really talked about my design. Let's get back to that.
Okay, let's see what we got.
I want to make a point of this. So, like, right, when I talk about my designs, I want to talk about where my inspiration came from. This is important to me, right?
We're listening.
Let's go.
So,
tell it to the world.
So growing up, right, going to high school, I've always been a fan of, like, athletic wear. But not the athletic wear that people think. So, like, basketball jerseys, football jerseys, absolutely. I've always had an affinity for like rugby shirts.
Because I'm about to say, no, you used to come to
shout out to
fly
rugby. Shout out to
And
rugby.
varsity jackets. Rugby's and varsity jackets.
I remember your
absolutely
varsity jackets.
love varsity jackets, like Averex's. I had all that back in school, so a lot of my designs and inspirations when you see my stuff, it looks like a varsity jacket. It looks like some sports shit. This is like sporty. These are a little different, but these badges that I use are from like varsity jacket inspired. So I like varsity jackets and rugbies, and that's a lot of what I wear. So a lot of the clothes that I make are like sport luxury. That's how I kind of look at it. Like I want you to. I got some rugbies coming out in the next couple of weeks.
Hey, Smoov.
Yeah.
Listen, if you ain't have a varsity, you wasn't cool.
It really wasn't.
Right or wrong?
But yo, it goes back to me. Shout out to just like the varsity jacket. But for me, it's like, bro, it goes back to like.
I couldn't afford those jackets, by the way. But
it goes back to like Michael Jackson Thriller video when him and his girl was walking and she got his varsity jacket on. Like that was lit to me. It's like, yeah, you walk with your girl, you put your varsity, like that's you. It got your name on it. You like, being a letterman in sports, bro. Being like a letterman in sports and you getting that letter on your jacket, that's a little different. You feel me? You walk through the school like a little different. Like that's a little different level. You could get a varsity jacket.
High school, everybody had the high school varsities, and you were fly.
But only certain starting running backs had the letterman though.
Oh yes.
You had to be a letterman. You had to be something different. You had to be you had to be like the quiet guy at the table to get the letterman jacket. You feel me?
Is it still like that now?
I will hope so, but they
I
probably
don't know, these kids
everybody gets a trophy now.
That quiet guy with respect though with that letter right there.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, school back then was completely different than what it is now.
Oh, like, school is school is a whirlwind now. But my bad. So you had a question. You was going somewhere, and I want to talk about.
No, that's
designs.
fine. I mean, we want to know. We want our viewers to know exactly who you are. I think out of all the things that you've done in your life, whether it be creatively, personally, mature, where's the most? Where are you most happy about in your life right now? Is it the stuff with your kids? Is it your career? Is it your music that you did?
What am I most happy
What are you
about?
most
Is it your
proud of?
wealth? Is it your wealth?
I think it's.
Is it your health?
I think I was gonna say. I think it's my health, and I think it's my health and my growth. Where I felt like I really came from like if you knew me before, you would really appreciate where I am. So I'm not a person who has like a lot of close friends or somebody I would call like a best friend, but I have a lot of friends. And I think if you knew me when I was 22 and you knew me now that I'm older, I think you'd say, yeah, this dude's grown a lot, and like you'd be proud of me. Like, but there's still growth. So I'm never.
There's always room for
I understand the question, but for me, it's like I'm never satisfied. I never feel like I'm at a point. I feel like, oh no, I'm trying to get to somewhere else.
I feel like that's healthy.
It's
a healthy way to think.
That you'll
That's
be
why I say it's
satisfied
growthy when you
eventually?
say
Like, are you
Nope.
always gonna keep?
Nope, I'll never be satisfied. It's just there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff that I want to do. There's so much stuff that that out there in the world to do. There's so many people to meet. There's so much experiences to have. I'm gonna always want
Gonna want more.
I'm gonna always want more. I'm gonna always want more for me, for myself, my family, my kids, my friends. I'm gonna always be like, nah, we gotta get more. Nah, we can do this again. Let's go get more. It's just there's always
gonna be that.
I'll be 10 years from now. You'll be interviewing me and they'll be like, so now you're doing this? I'll be like, yeah, I'm doing this now.
I changed up.
Maybe you should go into comedy next.
Nah, I hate to. So I actually tried to dabble in the comedy. Funny you say this. Like 2 years ago, I took like some comedy classes. Like went to like a few seminars and was really thinking about doing stand up, but stand up, I don't think that's just not for me yet.
No, you didn't realize you wasn't funny. You was just rude as fuck.
Oh, that's just wrong. He just told y'all he could crack a joke on your ass in a minute.
But that was when I was 15.
No, that's what you said.
I said it when I was 15. No, I did say I was 15, 16.
But it was also different back then, because back then there were your mama jokes. Not
no.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Smoov was talking about everybody and everything.
What I'm saying is back then we were doing not him per se. It was the era.
The era. It was
your mama jokes.
Absolutely.
So it was okay to be disrespectful and funny. That's what I'm getting at.
I was a scarred young boy and I was hurt and I was lashing out and being mean. So if I was mean to you back then, I'm sorry. That's not who I am now. But I was a trash person back back then. I'm not gonna say the year, so
She
you'll
said
be
we
mad.
all apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize.
You know what? I want to say this right
I'm
now.
not in this.
I want to say this right now. For all of you that picked on me when I was just, no, I'm just kidding.
Let it out if it's gonna make you feel better.
Wait,
It's
I
part of your
never
growth.
picked on anybody.
Huh? You never picked on
I
anybody?
never picked on anybody.
I don't
Listen,
see that.
drop comments down if you've
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
been
yeah.
picked
Going
on
into the show,
by this man.
email, like,
Jay,
I never picked on anybody. In fact, I was the guy taking up for the people being picked on. But perception is reality, so if I did offend anybody, my apologies. But I never picked on anybody.
That's nice. See, growth.
See that?
I suppose.
See, and this is funny because Jenna told me, you never picked on anyone?
But
No,
no.
Jen, I ain't pick on nobody.
Because it's surprising the first time I
ahead.
met you, which you don't
We're not
remember.
memory lane.
He was
Back to
picking on
Dustin.
somebody?
Yes, we're going. No,
Smoov.
the first
Yeah.
time I met him, we got into an argument. We were arguing
That's not
over
for
the
justice.
stupidest thing that doesn't even matter.
Justice is like, right? If anybody that knows you and anybody that knows him, everybody watching is like, duh. Like, of course y'all argued. What the hell else was y'all gonna do?
Which
Chat?
he was
That's
gonna
valid.
have.
Y'all was gonna
valid.
chat? Yeah, come on. Yeah.
That's funny.
You're a country.
I feel like, damn, that's why we had two ends of the table.
Yeah, exactly.
I said what this patient was on, but I was like,
Nothing
get her away from me. Get her away from me, y'all. No, I'm just
It's a nice cup right here you got. I wish I had one of
appreciate
these.
that,
Oh,
man.
you could get one.
Where?
She'll let you know.
Listen,
That's a nice
y'all can
mug.
get it.
I
Listen,
like that.
go on Instagram. Fresh Shoes by Flo. Right here.
Oh, we're doing plugs. That's dope.
She do custom everything. Glasses.
I like that.
That's cute.
That's a
Y'all-
Yeti. That's a Yeti.
This
That's
a
not
Yeti
like
right
let me hold
here.
that.
Yeah.
What's this
Listen.
49ers color? Get that away from me.
Well, that's what he was just saying. He wants a 49
That's not. This is
Do
not
that
a
come in
49
New York Giants?
black and
Say
yellow,
that.
black
Get
and
y'all
yellow.
one.
No, I'm joking.
It's fire.
She
No
gonna
lie.
have sports
No
ones
lie.
going out like crazy now.
Yeah, for real.
that. Yeah, man.
Go get yours. Super Bowl. IG. Go hit her up, you guys.
Nice.
I don't care about none of them
Get
teams
it.
playing right now.
Get it.
You know
You just
care.
sour.
You know
I'm
you
not
care.
sour.
I'm not gonna
You
talk
care.
about my football team.
Who's your team?
Mm-mm.
Listen.
Not gonna get it.
Was the Cowboys?
It is.
It
Nice.
is.
It is.
Giants fan.
Yeah, I know. I'm on
You're in the
number.
Steelers house.
Yeah,
I'm on
Steelers.
number.
You must be a
Listen.
dolphin.
No,
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Cowboys?
Said
Oh,
Cowboy,
All
yeah,
day,
yeah.
every day.
why did y'all do that 4th and 8?
I don't know. If I could take Dak Prescott in the backyard and put one in his head, I would. But you know, that's
Like
life.
4th and 8, y'all already losing.
That's life. What you looking at over there, Justice? I see you over there scribbling away. What you got?
I'm doing the way thinking about the next way to get this question out to you
Let's
without
go.
offending you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
Don't
Just
offend
say it.
me.
Just
Nah,
say it.
Oh, hold on. Let
It
me
ain't
take a
like-
sip real
I don't
quick.
never
It
get
ain't nothing like
offended.
it ain't nothing like
I ain't
that.
got no tea.
No, I just want to know, kind of. We already covered it, but I just want to know what's next for you, man. Like, what's this next chapter look like for you?
I think
from a creative standpoint, from a family standpoint, do you envision yourself having more kids? Or are you done? Or you plan on getting married since you the rapper turned lover boy? What's
turned
next
lover
for
boy.
you?
I think,
Whoa.
right? I never closed myself off to options, but I obviously would love to get married. I want to be
Shut up on that one.
I want to be a great dad,
Be nice.
a better dad than what I am today. I want to be better than that tomorrow and better than that the day after.
Yeah.
I want to be I'm close to retirement, so I get to retire in like 3-4 years. I've been working for years, so I get to retire and I get to really do what I enjoy. I want to like take time to travel and be there, like I said, be there for my kids, be there for my family, and just grow as a person, man. Just
How
try
is
to
that?
and be like a better person, you know.
Juggling like with the kids.
It's mad hard. It's mad hard. So like what's that word? Baby mama. I got 2 baby mamas, right?
What's that word?
So like it's hard
It's
juggling
Phillies
that.
beans.
It's hard juggling that. But I got 2 great baby mothers. I don't have any problem with them. I love them
You'd be
both. They're both
considered
great.
lucky.
Oh yeah,
So
I don't
that's
have any
good.
problem with both of them.
Just so you
Give it
know,
to the baby mamas.
when we splice this to put it online,
I
we
don't
gonna
care.
cut it and make it look like you said so. I got baby mamas in.
Yeah, you
They
can
gon'
do that.
tap in.
But they know the real. Like I have, you know, obviously any relationship you go through your ups and downs, but I have a great relationship with both of them, and I'm lucky
communicate
and
well.
fortunate. We don't communicate well, but
Honesty,
but we
I
get
like
along.
that.
We get along. We don't get too messy. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's fucking great, man.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Absolutely love it.
And I hope that every man out there with baby mamas can have that same experience because a lot of us don't have it.
Yeah, make those relationships right, man. Nurture those relationships, man. The person you chose to lay down with, you gotta be with that person forever, man. Nurture those relationships.
Take care of it.
Make it right, bro. Make it right. Make that call. Say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Make it right, bro. It's all right.
Sometimes not that simple, y'all, and I'm gonna keep it real.
Have us get hooded
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say that right now.
Well, I mean, like everybody, all the guys on the set though right now are their baby moms. Yeah.
Justin's been a dad longer than all of us.
All the men, yeah, we know that.
No, we got back here with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I bet you can beat. I bet you can beat.
Your baby mom.
You want to share that right now or no?
Nah.
Stop right now.
Thanks.
Could you just tell us your age of your oldest child?
Nah.
Right. No.
That was good. I like that.
I thought maybe you would give these younger men some insight on how to handle the situation.
Much younger men.
Can you at least say, do y'all communicate well? You feel like communication, you think that's the key point, right? Like,
key.
All right.
I communicate with all of them.
Is it
all of them? That just makes it sound like it's a lot.
All of them.
Wait, I don't know who has. Wait.
Whoa, no, come on.
Are we going here?
I'm out.
You gotta get
Who got more?
It's the Smoov Jones episode. Shout outs to I don't know. I didn't know what to say. I was just trying to save my guys.
Don't do that.
Shout out to London Fog.
That's nice.
London Fog. They make great jackets.
Yes, they did. I had one when I was young.
London Fog?
London Fog, you remember that?
No plug for London Fog, by the way, but yes.
I got a
question.
Can I ask y'all a question? Because I had this chick on my sleeve and I thought it was pretty dope. So, since it's about the fashion and everything, like, I want to ask each one of y'all individually, like, growing up, what was your fashion, like, repertoire? Like, what was a... We'll go to you last, because I know your outfits. Go ahead, Chop. So tell me, like, at high school, what was it like not something you had, but just a fly outfit, like the sneakers, the pants, the shirt.
Before high school, bro.
Let's go.
I'm going from kindergarten.
All right, I'm listening.
That is TV's black and white TV.
Croquettes, spot belts.
Thick sole croquettes.
Is it wrong that I don't know none of this?
I don't know any of those either.
Pumas.
Puma. Okay.
Lottos.
Okay.
Stop playing, man.
Okay.
I was not born.
I was rocking those, but
did you put dimes in your penny loafers, or you put pennies? You put quarters. Facts.
Yo, I remember I begged for a pair of pennies.
I know your style, so I'm gonna tell them both your style, but I want to know your style too.
Wait.
Yeah, I got you. Tell me.
Because we didn't see each other back then.
I don't remember.
I didn't have a style.
I'm not asking. What was it though? I'm just saying. What if you wanted to get fresh for whatever? What would be an outfit you would put together? Like what was it? A jersey, a hoodie, a t-shirt, jeans? Yeah, like what?
But I'm saying, all right. So when we was in school, the style back then was baggy clothes. So it was the baggy shirts, baggy jeans, and sneakers.
What brand?
Jordans.
What brand? So like some Jordans. Like what brand sweatshirt would you have on?
I don't know. I can't remember that.
Right.
I'd be like a champion. I don't even know. I wasn't into style back then.
I still don't care. I went to school with them. I went to
Who was into brand? Like when you was
these two were. Well, she definitely was. So Stacey's style, I'm gonna tell you, this Stacey's style was like, remember the girls used to wear like the flannels and they would wear like the lipstick with like the black outline.
That was
right. The lipstick with the black outline. With like a flannel, some baggy jeans, and the sneaker she had on was the Grant Hill Filas.
Yeah.
Facts are facts.
I didn't like Fila.
You had the Grant Hill Filas with the
Well,
hill.
I mean, we go way back.
Now Justice.
I didn't never have Fila.
Now Justice, I remember Justice freshman year. Freshman year,
but they were
dance.
They were back then.
They were super fresh.
Yeah.
It was a great thing.
With the FIL.
Yeah. With the hill on it.
I know.
With the patent leather.
The
There was no Jordans. It was Filas. It was Grant Hills.
No,
you had them.
Jordan for sure.
It was Grant Hills. They were fly though.
Jumpman.
Now Justice. Now I don't think this was your style. Because
I don't remember Justice.
you migrated from somewhere else, and when you showed up at school, I remember the freshman dance. You had on red jeans with a red Kango and a red and black flannel, right? Right? Yes. But you got that what's the word? You got that country shit out of you, and you did red jeans and a Kango was country. You was fly. You was Mississippi fly.
Like that though.
Like what?
I got that country shit out of me. I just evolved to where I was because I thought I was fresh, but I came with those red shoes and they were
I
K-Swiss, by the
never
way.
said you
They
wasn't
were
fresh.
K-Swiss.
I didn't say you
I had a
wasn't
pair of
fresh.
K-Swiss.
I said you was a different region fresh.
Yes, and my pants, that's when they just brought the creases.
Yes,
Right
he
now.
had creases in his
I
red
could have
jeans.
just took my jeans off and stood them up right there.
He's shy. He said, "Stood him up."
Yeah, that's how we did it.
That's
But I'll
what
never
you started
forget.
them. You
My
are
boys,
something.
hey, the guys was like, yo, what is that? And I'm like, what? I'm fresh.
Who told you that? Drop a name. I know his name.
Eric still
Yup.
dead. Dustin was about to crack jokes, but he didn't know me like that, so he's like, I'm gonna crack jokes and think he might slap me.
Nah, I ain't think that, but
Yeah.
we did for one day. We played
Oh,
football one day.
day.
We played football for one day. Justice got promoted to varsity the next day. Facts are
I
facts.
said we're on a team together.
No, we weren't. You were on varsity. I was on freshman. We were not on the
What I'm
same
saying is
team.
that we in the same locker room.
Okay, facts.
So like, even though I was on varsity, they made me change with y'all.
We played ball together too freshman year.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that.
Yeah,
by
see,
the way.
for like
But
1
back
week.
to-
Those both for like 1 week. Okay.
Back to the thing.
Okay.
The gear was based off of where I was from. I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. By the way, shout out to my hometown. And the red jeans, and it was a Yankees jersey.
Red jeans?
But it was red and black.
Yes,
It was
yes,
black and white.
That was the thing, though.
And
man.
No, but
K-Swiss.
that's what I'm saying.
No,
I'm from Ohio.
No, red on red wasn't the thing.
Well, not right.
That was like a.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. Like even after that, I still didn't really get it. I was getting it slowly. Like I had my first pair of Timbs, but they weren't the real Timbs. They were like the half boot Timbs.
Oh, so you put your jeans over them?
No, like I didn't even know. I thought I got a pair.
Came to
I got a
school
pair of
fresh.
Timbs.
You didn't know.
Because in Ohio, they weren't wearing Timbs.
Facts. Yeah.
So just tell you the cultural shift between Ohio, which is an 8-hour drive, and I mean, and then to Connecticut, it was like stark difference.
Because we're super bougie up here too.
I mean, I thought y'all were, but that's
I
just
would,
ghettos
I've never been
everywhere.
to Ohio, but I would think so.
No, it was
I
cool
never
though.
been.
But the thing about me, and I think the thing that saved me is that I really didn't give a fuck what people thought.
Facts.
I was wearing what I wanted to wear.
True.
More so because I didn't have a choice. I was broke as, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I was always comfortable with me. So that was another thing. But Smoov was obviously always the woke
He
best
was one of
dressed
the-
guy.
That's what
Yeah,
fashion
right.
is. Fashion is always about being
Yeah,
comfortable
yeah,
with
yeah.
you and
Yeah.
expressing yourself and what you like to wear. It really don't matter how other people see it. Look, we got Kanye dressing like a bum and people love it.
Yeah, people love
We're not
it.
even gonna go there
We're
because
not.
the way I think about Leah, we're not. We're not even gonna go there. But yeah, it was different back then, y'all.
Word.
The greatest era though.
Back then, we mean like 4 or 5 years ago. It wasn't that long ago, guys. I'm
Listen, don't
joking.
get it twisted. It was 2 years ago. Damn, it was 2 years ago.
Got heard of me. I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah.
Well, you said Afro and Pro Kids. They went back in their head. They was like, oh yeah.
Look.
We talking
We
76.
gonna put in the comments because I don't remember. If you remember me wearing fila, somebody put that in there. 'Cause I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Everybody was wearing
With
Put that
baggy
in the
boss
comments.
jeans.
I don't remember.
I remember the
I
boss.
didn't even wear boss jeans.
Those were the jeans that were
Not
out there.
me. Not me.
Did you shop at Evelyn's?
That wasn't me.
Yo,
Where did you shop?
In the comments,
Not
please.
boss
You,
jeans.
if
That's
you was a
not
Roosevelt
me.
Charger, you remember.
Yeah, please.
Damn, you said
Like,
Charger.
I'm so
Roosevelt
excited
Charger.
to see what this is. This
Yes.
is great.
Yes.
I don't.
You did.
But
Yeah,
it
but
didn't.
you know what?
That was the
reason why I think
uniform.
the Fila sticks its head
It's-
because Fila was around for a minute. It was cool, but I think Grant Hill was the last one that really tried to
I
give it a
remember
book.
Grant.
That was
Like
it.
one of
After
those-
Grant
that
Hill,
was over.
you're not doing
So
no
if you bought those
Filas.
Filas, you was hard because
No, I ain't
those
saying
the
that
joints
was
back
wrong
then.
with him. I just don't
No,
remember.
Fila was ugly. They
No.
still they don't care nobody.
So-
says.
Grant
But
Hill.
that
so
feel like
listen,
was
was
dope
shit.
back
I
Yeah.
hear y'all yelling Fila. Do y'all know the saying of Fila?
What's
No.
Finally, I left Adidas.
Really? Is that a thing?
Stop playing.
Stop playing with Chop, man.
Can we quote him?
Useless facts.
Well, Chop.
Finally, I left Adidas.
I'm out of here, Adidas.
But they got all those sayings for all those sneakers brand.
All day I
If
dream
you're-
about sex. Adidas.
What?
Yes, I remember
No,
that.
not that one. What about the Nike?
Had
What
it
did
on
you
our
say?
wall.
All day I-
I dream
All
about
day I
sex.
dream
Adidas.
about sex.
All day I
Adidas.
drink about
Yeah, that's the
All day I
what it
Like-
meant.
like
dream
Newport.
about.
Jim's
All
getting
day
flustered
I
right
dream
now.
about
Wait.
sex.
Jim heard
He
the
got one
same-
for
That's
Newport.
all
He got one for Newport. Let's get into. I don't know.
Never eat wet pussy or rotten tits.
Oh my god.
Hold on. This man
All right.
gonna say that on live air.
Next we
When
gonna get
can't
in-
find out how old his oldest child was.
Yeah, well, now we know.
No, I'm just-
Now we about to get into beeper codes and.
Yeah,
we're not gonna do
remember?
that.
Yo,
I mean, you
before
know,
pagers, remember freaking pay phones? Them shits don't even exist anymore.
COVID got rid of
Did you have a
it.
pager?
It don't
Had
work.
to
You
I?
have a pager?
I had a
No,
beeper.
not now.
I had
I had a
actually
pager.
I had a beeper. I used to do
I
the
had a beeper
voicemails.
And the little
Yeah.
codes.
You
You
had
sure
the-
you had that?
You had the one button beeper with the.
yeah, when I was like,
the
hello, I
long
turned around
one.
and said, well, it's a number, be like, hello. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yep. Boobless.
I was there.
Boobs. Oh my god.
Remember they used to put
The
that.
codes.
The 143. I love you, boy.
Speaking of the shift in culture,
Let's
and
go.
shift in time, what is something that you would like to see created right now that you think that everyone can use or benefit from?
What would I like to see created? That is a good question. Something I'd like to see created right now that everybody could use or benefit from.
Or just yourself, for that matter. Like,
It's
if
just
they had this,
the
make my life
ability to
easier.
mind your own business, yo.
You can't patent that, man.
We can't. I can't patent
You'll
that.
never get that, man.
Nobody, because everybody gonna be mad. They gonna
Yeah.
want to know what it's about.
Yeah.
What you mean? What do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah.
It's always something. Everybody has somebody's business.
Question
Man.
for a question.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough question, but I like
that-
something that I can invent that everybody could have. Yo, I don't know. Peace of mind, yo. I just wish people were like mentally okay. Like we talk about a lot of like shit, material things and tangible. I just wish everybody was all right, yo.
Yeah, mentally.
If we all treat each other right, then we all get money. We all get wealth. I don't gotta worry about somebody breaking through my window. Taxes go down. If everybody's healthy and we all help each other out, everything's cool. I know it's never gonna happen, but like. I look at our kids, right? I look at like this is what I tell people: the cure to racism. You're gonna think I'm crazy, but the cure to racism
Yes, please. I want to hear this.
You ready?
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
is biracial babies, right? right. So
I can't
if
with
the
you,
world is
yo.
filled with Holly Berries and Derek Jeters,
Yo.
But that's not true because we have. But that's not accurate. We have biracial children now, and they're in the issue of which race to identify as.
but that's because we still got these crazy baby boomers running the earth, running United States, telling us what to do. It's the generations before us. Like we're smarter than our parents, right? Don't tell your parents that. But like our parents were fed like lies, and they're like we're smarter than them, and we don't want to admit it. But our kids are gonna be smarter than us, and their kids are gonna be smarter than them.
Absolutely.
But
I agree
wait.
with that, though.
No, wait, hold on.
I hear you.
that.
Hold on,
I hear you.
here's the thing. As a parent, if your kids ain't smarter than you, you're
You're-
failing.
yeah.
You're a failure.
Facts.
That is
I like
like
that.
that is like
Appreciate
I like that.
So
you don't
I
go
know
to this
you
world
was
with
going with that,
ideas.
but I
Yeah.
like that.
So-
But that's the whole
I like
point.
that.
Like they're supposed to
They're
know more
supposed to
than
be.
you.
If
Yeah.
we're doing this right and we have a world full of sensitive, caring, smarter kids, I feel like we're gonna be all right.
Overly sensitive could present a problem, but I get you.
I hear you. I'd rather have overly sensitive than the over aggressive. And
No.
those are.
I would rather have
Now we're running into a
sorry.
real problem because
Yeah.
I cannot have my son be overly sensitive. The world don't care that much.
Would you rather have him be overly aggressive?
Yes.
I would.
I'm like, come on,
That's
who
a
you
personal
talking
choice.
I'd rather rein him
Yeah.
back than have somebody
Elaborate.
kicking his back in.
That's a personal choice. Sometimes you can't rein them back, but you can. More often than not, you can make a sensitive person a little bit tougher, harder than it is to desensitize somebody from violence and over aggression.
I firmly disagree.
So Jake,
okay.
since you said that, when you say that, don't you realize that on any aspect that when your child leaves you, right? You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna see other parents that's not like you. So when they come home, it's gonna be a mixture of what you teaching them and what they learning outside your home.
Absolutely, but that's the thing, and this is the hardest thing for parenting as a whole. You don't know what's going to work, particularly for your child. You have to go through, and every child will be different.
Well, absolutely. You can raise 5 kids the same way and get
They're all
a
different
murderer, a
results,
scholar,
Right.
and a bum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get 3. You know what I mean? You're absolutely right. But I feel like, right? Just be nice, yo.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
listen,
right.
That's just me. Just be nice, yo.
Yeah, right.
Just be nice.
to the racism thing,
It's hard.
which is and I don't want to make this a race topic because Smoov is here because you're biracial.
Not at all.
You're
He's just
Not at all.
he's
This
just
is
light-skinned.
pure African gold, buddy. This
You was
is
in the house.
nah, bro. I was up north,
My
Egypt.
people
He
was in the
said
field.
Egypt.
See how look at, but
I'm cool with it. Listen, my my kids, and I can only speak to my children, right? Because one of my kids is biracial.
You have a handsome set of boys too, and a
Thank
beautiful
you.
daughter, by the way. But
Thank
keep
you.
going.
And
Yeah.
I just think about them, and this is like this. When my kids go to school, I always look at interaction, right, with kids, and I'm watching, right? My kids, they'll go talk to anybody. But if you see other kids approach, they're apprehensive. And I look at that as like, they ain't seen no dark kids, or they ain't seen no, you know what I mean, or a dark person maybe a little, it's, you know, off to them. They
Different
like,
to them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whereas my kids will approach and talk to anybody because that's just how we are.
But
You know
also
what I'm saying?
depends on their environment and their upbringing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, you're right. You're right.
Like,
Introducing
We
them
call.
to
I think my wife and I do a great job of culturing our kids and letting them see a lot of different things. And I think it's important because where I fall short, I hope she can pick up the slack and vice versa. And out of everything I've done in my life, and I'm sure Smoov could agree to this, and Stacey as well. And Jen.
and chop.
And Chop, all of us
us.
here, is that you do the best you can, and then hope that that's enough.
Yep.
Because that's all you can do, right?
it.
But this is an uncertain there's no roadmap for it.
There's no book.
Right?
Well, there are, but it doesn't mean it's gonna work.
There's no manual.
What does Chief say? If life had training
there
wheels?
are.
I'm saying there's books, but it doesn't mean that they're gonna work.
Yeah.
It's just like
manual to it.
There's no right or wrong. You just everything's trial and error. You gotta
It is.
learn. You touch the stove, it's hot. You burn your hand. You don't do it again. And then you just keep moving and you learn from your mistakes.
See, that's why. And me personally, like that's the thing that keeps me up at night. As a father of 4 sons in a world that don't care about black men, like they'll put off that they care, but the way they treat us is and it's only
Absolutely.
now as I step outside of my more, let's say, visible life with football, and now I'm a father more so. I'm a father all the time, but I'm not looked at it so much when I come to my kids' game. They're not saying, "Oh, that's the football player." I'm the dad, right? But I see how they treat my sons in a world that doesn't care. Like that's what I'm telling you. If I got to give on something, it's gonna be the sensitive side. Because I gotta know my son gonna get up tough every day.
And I don't think you're necessarily right. I don't think there's a right or wrong. I don't think I'm right for saying I'd rather my kid be sensitive. I don't think you're right for your kid, but I think that's personal preference and with balance. I think that's what's gonna be like a better world. Your son could be overly aggressive. My son could be too sensitive. But as long as they know to respect and be nice to each other, that's all right.
But see, right there, and I don't know. I don't want to put words in your mouth. But are you saying the overly aggressive one has less respect?
Not at all.
There you go.
I'm not saying either one has less respect. I'm just saying as long as they're able to have respect for each other, as long as my sensitive son doesn't feel like this kid's overly aggressive, I don't like him, and as long as your overly aggressive son doesn't say this sensitive ass kid, I don't like him, they can still be friends and be cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's what yin and yang is. That's what makes the world go round. Is that you fill in my blanks, I fill in your blanks, and we're cool. We can.
Yeah.
That's what I'd rather my oversensitive son chill with your aggressive son, because you know why? They're gonna even each other out.
Exactly.
He's gonna say don't do that,
Yep.
and
They learn something from each other.
Exactly.
King is gonna tell Titan don't do that, and Titan's gonna tell King reverse.
We hope
And it's gonna work.
that way.
Yeah.
We hope it goes that way.
Word.
Sometimes it goes.
But isn't that what a friendship is, though, right?
It should be.
Right. Your people can't tell you this one, and I make reference to the people in the world that everybody's visible to the world, right? Let's take Antonio Brown. Everybody know who that is?
Yes.
NFL football player,
Yep.
had an opportunity to have a guaranteed $50 million contract for a year, right? He had nobody in his life to tell him to shut the fuck up.
Sure.
Nobody can tell him that.
And those are
You
friends.
always
Right.
need somebody
Right.
to tell you.
There's
something.
friends, there's
But are you
enablers.
sure that there was nobody there? Or
There
you
could
just
have been.
didn't want to listen?
No. You see, and this is the thing though. You gotta know it because the consistency in which he was effing things up, it was consistent.
But nobody was
No
saying
one's
that's
ever telling him.
enough.
No one could reach him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, nobody could reach him because he didn't want to be reached.
I'm talking specifically about the coaching staffs that try to give him a chance. And I'm sure there's far other things that we could speak to about other people. That's more polarizing one of something that people can call to and look at. A man had an opportunity to make $50 million guaranteed. All he had to do was make it to the first day of a regular season game. And no one could get to him. No one could say, he had nobody around that could tell him, yo, don't do that, bro. Like, chill back.
But didn't he have Tom Brady? No.
Even that was, even he messed that up.
Yeah, but on the flip side of that, what if he did have a friend that was telling him, bro, this is killing your mental health. Maybe you shouldn't go to play football this year.
I think the football for him was the thing that was keeping him kind of close.
It could be, but what if you're his friend and you think, and you could be wrong, but as a friend, you're telling him, bro,
Get that motherfucker around you.
Get that
around you.
my point is that it's not necessarily always about the money.
No. But see, this is the thing, though. If you guys, from a sports perspective, the objective is to win it. One, make money for your and talk about long-term wealth.
Yeah, I don't think that's everybody's objective, and
For him it was because I got to know a little bit about.
I don't know that, and I'm not mad at you if that is your objective, but I don't think that's everybody's objective.
Not initially.
I don't think
Everybody.
I don't think it's necessarily everyone's objective.
When you was little.
It might have been my objective.
No, when you
it
was
could have been
little,
mine.
When you was little,
Mhm.
and you thought about that artistry part, like, oh, I want to do that fashion. It was never about becoming a millionaire. It was because you liked fashion. When Antonio Brown picked up that football and scored that first touchdown, it was what he felt behind it. 20 years later, yeah, it was about the money. But never initially is it about the money for most people.
But what I'm saying is that maybe at that point it wasn't about the money, and because you said if you're gonna turn down $50 million, and maybe for him and his mental health, and his friend said to him, that $50 million ain't worth it because you ain't enjoying yourself and you're a whole different person. You need to go rap and go chill with Madonna and Kanye with me. And that friend could have been that person saying it. You know what I mean? You just never know what people's friends are. And like I just said, money doesn't motivate everybody.
No, it doesn't.
It motivates the hell out of me, but it doesn't do that for everybody.
And this is the thing, People that have never seen no real money, they think it's happiness and it's not.
It's
It's
absolutely
not.
not.
Really.
Like, you
Yeah.
run into some money, you see motherfuckers just completely unhappy.
But that's like
Yeah.
people who are rich all the time are very depressed, have mental issues, and it, because it's
A lot,
not
yeah,
about the money. Money
that's going.
makes
money,
the world.
don't get me wrong.
But money makes the
okay?
world go
I
round.
don't want y'all to.
No, but
money.
it just helps
buy
you
some
survive.
happiness.
Well, no, well, money will help you buy happiness
Overall.
if your sadness is if your sadness
Yeah.
is because of poverty.
Yeah.
Money will definitely money.
Exactly, depending on your
I disagree. Money could
Money
listen.
cannot buy
Let
happiness.
Let me tell you this, right?
Period.
If I'm
If
sad
it's
and
not
depressed,
completely
if I'm
out
sad and depressed because I can't pay these bills,
Yeah.
and I wake up in the morning
I'm happy.
and there's $10,000 in that bank account magically, watch this smile go from ear to ear. That's a
Right.
yo.
But
This is.
keep it that way.
Man, y'all gonna get me going. Don't raise your kids off these myths that these lying baby boomers told you was death and taxes. Those are myths.
Oh, yeah, they
like
are.
that's a
Taxes.
myth, bro. They're myths. They're all lies and myths. They just told you these crazy things to brainwash us. That's trash. It's a trash
And
way
who
to
believed
think.
it though?
Huh?
Who believed it?
That's a whole
Our
other
parents?
episode.
Yeah, that is because that's
Our
like going
parents
on a whole.
who
that's
raised
a
us,
whole-
yeah.
Another
I don't want to
episode
dive in.
right there. We
So
gonna dive into
don't
that
dive into those
another
myths and
time.
cliches.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah,
It's
because
coming.
we gotta have a lot to say about
It's
that.
coming. The next one is coming.
Yeah, for sure.
Where we at? What's the next bullet head? Are you done? We wrapping it up? Come on.
I mean, we
Shit,
can
I-
I know we going. I always got more.
I know.
Hold on,
that.
you got
I
an Excel
whoa.
sheet.
I
Yeah.
got
We'll pull out.
All right, chop me back there with the fully loaded clip on y'all. Let's go.
Like your past and your future, like the music
Mm-hmm.
and you growing up, and what is the thing that you miss from your childhood to now?
Oh my
That you can
god.
say like I missed a
All
big
right.
wheel.
So I got my
I
funny
miss the
answer.
big wheel.
I got my funny answer, and I got my real answer. So my funny answer is I miss not having bills. Right. That's what
You
I
ain't
miss
the
about
only
being
one.
a kid. Is my
That's
mom
universal.
lacing me. But what I really miss about being a kid, yo, is like that childhood innocence of like getting a tape and calling my boy Corey. We just bought this new mixtape, and we go to his house and we sit in his room and we listen to this tape over and over and over and over again. We dub the tape. I take a dub home. And like listening to like a new like DJ Clue tape or like a Who Kid or Dirty Harry. Like you get that mixtape. I miss going to the village, buying a mixtape for $10.60, burning that shit with my boy, and going to school Monday like, y'all ain't heard this shit. Y'all ain't nobody heard. I remember like that was for me. That was my childhood.
You ain't say $10.60 like $10.60.
$10.60 because it was the tax. You used to pay
I gotta play that number.
$10.60, right? So that's what we used to go to the village, go see Andy. He had all the bootleg mixtapes.
Do you remember your last actual physical either tape or CD that you walked in and bought?
The last
Last
CD I
time.
bought was 808s and Heartbreaks. Kanye West was the last CD I
Really?
went and bought. My uncle gave me a gift certificate for Christmas, and I was like FYE, and I went in there and they had like the big collector's edition, and I loved that CD, and I bought 808s and Heartbreaks.
That's dope.
bunch
What
of
about
singing
you? You remember
songs.
yours?
I think
The last.
It was the Locks cassette tape.
The last.
The
One?
last one.
Wow.
And I like. I'm
Mine's
telling
too.
you,
Mine's
no,
embarrassing.
wait.
Hold on. Wait a
No,
minute.
mine's
When did you buy a Locks cassette? What year was this?
This was like 90.
Oh my God! You haven't bought an album in 26, 7 years?
I mean, I don't
That
think
is
I have.
terrible.
I don't buy
Stream.
albums.
I don't buy
Yeah.
albums either.
Yeah, 'cause
You didn't start
back-
streaming until 2010.
But even back then,
No,
I didn't
that's
buy
not true.
CDs.
First of all, when
And I
LimeWire came out,
Streaming didn't come out so you was bootleg. You still in.
okay,
I was
in college.
Mine
and-
might have been.
In '98 was my
Wow.
last cassette tape.
Machiavelli, I ain't
Then
gonna lie.
I went off to college, and then we had LimeWire. Before, and I had that.
LimeWire,
that-
Kazaa,
I was the first
BearShare.
one with a
Either
Top.
one.
app. What do you call it?
iPod.
iPod.
Yeah.
I had a 20, 30 gig iPod,
Yeah.
like 5,000 songs on that thing.
I remember
man.
Leroy Knight was the first person I knew who had an iPod. He had everything on that.
Yeah,
iPod.
I had an iPod too, man. I was the first one. That was our little part.
I feel like all the guys had one because they were
So
annoying to
so
load.
my last
Like, I
CD,
even loaded
my
it.
last CD, right? It's not a last.
Wasn't it vinyl? You had a vinyl?
I'm still buying them. I'm a
8-track?
DJ.
Oh, that's right. You still buy vinyl.
yeah,
That's
I
right.
buy- I
So
do.
you buy vinyl all the
I gotta
time.
have it all.
What's the last? I got a question then. What's the last vinyl
the
you bought
first
for
one?
personal? For personal, like this is. I'm not playing this to play some new music.
Not for
I
work,
bought this
yeah.
because I want to go home,
It's hard.
drink a glass of wine, and put on.
It's hard.
Yeah,
Smokey
because
Robinson.
It's so
Listen, he got some fire stuff, man. Stop playing. Oh, that's my
Lionel
favorite right
Richie,
there.
man.
I asked my
Lionel
mother to
Richie.
play that all the time.
I look like Lionel Richie.
Baby, let's
Is it you I'm looking for?
Yes.
Oh my, you pulled that one out.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
This is fun. This is
Yeah,
like you guys got
thank
a dope
you so
thing going
much
right
for
here.
coming out, man. We
No, I appreciate it. I
It was
want to
dope.
come back.
You
Just,
gotta come back.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Stop playing.
give you my
Absolutely.
agent's number. You can just call my agent, set up. No, I'm joking.
Tell your people to get in touch with
Yeah,
our
no,
people,
bro.
like-
Just hit me up. I always come back on. You got a dope new host, Justice. He's got a dope shirt on.
J,
Yeah.
We gonna get you
in
in
the
merch.
building.
Facts. Yeah.
Yo,
We
Smoov
gonna have
though.
Smoov
What's
and
up?
some merch when he come back.
You know, I like my music. You know, I want to pull you out of retirement, man. How can I do that?
Oh, man.
Nah, we gonna have to get you in a booth.
We got. All right, I'm gonna call my agent now. We could talk after. We could talk. I've been feeling kind of like toxic lately.
Was it a mojo?
I don't want that.
Mojo.
I've been feeling kind of toxic lately. I've been arguing with people, so I'm ready to.
I know
Smoov,
we talked about it
you know what team
briefly.
you on.
We talked about it briefly, but and I know you talked about the mother of your children. But are you single right now for the ladies?
No, not at all.
Okay, he's off the market.
Not at all.
You heard it.
Not
That
at all.
was quick too.
There's
Not
no
at all.
market.
There's no
market.
market.
No worries.
Good job.
The market's
I
closed.
thought you was feeling toxic tonight.
The market's closed.
Not there.
Sorry.
He's like, that's secure. We're talking about other people.
You don't want this smoke anyway. Like, nah, you're good. You're good,
You
Mom.
heard that. Hey, that's what's up.
Hey.
But
hey.
again, you guys, please check this out. You see my cup? Y'all
Yeah.
see my cup, right?
Get you a foreign shirt. Get you a foreign
Y'all
shirt.
gonna
Check
get
it
some
out.
foreign, get
Top
some
ladies.
fresh shoes by Flo, some dope custom designs.
Hit me up. I'm on Instagram
Look at
at
this.
Smoov Jones,
Sling.
Facebook Early Jones. Hit me up. I get you fresh. We get you laced. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Whatever you
y'all
need.
better come back and swing
Heard
through.
me.
Check in, tune in. Y'all might see Smoov again. How soon?
Might.
We don't
Might.
know.
Now,
We don't
right
know.
now, right
Yes.
now,
Also,
right
yes.
now.
Make sure y'all remember.
Yes.
Check it. You gotta let me plug. Oh. Make sure.
Make
Y'all
sure.
check this out. We're gonna be backstage live
Backstage.
with Michael Blackson, February
Fucking
26th.
mother
Make
sucker.
sure y'all
Mother
come
sucker.
out. Show starts at 7:30, y'all. Shout out to No Mercy Entertainment. Yo, they bring them out here, man. Check us out.
Let's get it.
Why not right now?
I'm going to see him.
Let's go see.